All right, so yeah, we had to settle down a little bit. We teed up y'all for a little bit. So right now, what we're about to do is go over the questionnaires and everything that I had Nate answer at the beginning of the semester. So things I noticed about all the questionnaires that I gave you. So here's some notes that I made about everything that Nate told me. So I'm just gonna relay some of the stuff back that I took notes of. And all I want you to do is like answer like, did I get that right, and then elaborate on it if it's wrong. Okay? For sure. Okay. See it. Relax a little. Relax. It's cool. It's cool. For sure.
I'm just being professional.
For sure. This ain't gotta be professional. Man. We just vibing. Okay, so things that I noticed that you struggle with, or this is what you said in your notes. So you struggle with like perfectionism, meaning like you feel as if you have to do everything perfectly in order to be successful, and if mistakes are made, it's the end all be all. So like, did I get that right? Like,
yeah, I would agree with that. I'm like, because I'm very goal driven. And I think that's another thing I'll say in a little bit.
right.
But I seek to like be perfect, especially like in like whatever I'm doing. I don't want to make any mistakes.
Right.
So something that'll mess up my mindset is when I make a mistake, I'll blow it up when I should just forget about it and move on to the next play.
Sure.
But it'll affect the next play instead of just forgetting it.
For sure. Okay. That's great. That's great. So like the next thing that I noticed that you put down was you have high expectations from other people. So that includes like your teammates, your coaches, family, like etc.
Mm-hmm.
So like the note that I put down for that was that it's important to you to do his best to not disappoint your teammates, and then that you also get discouraged when you feel like you like perform poorly, and then you tend to shut down and you get quiet and you start to or tend to like isolate yourself. So did I get that right? Like, elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's right. Like growing up, like for sports, like I was taught like it's bigger than me. It's bigger than like what I'm doing. Like I've got to do it for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm playing, I want to like honor God. Obviously, I want to make Him proud.
Sure.
And my family, they're watching me. Like my dad's the one that's got me into whatever I'm doing, mainly basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So when I feel like I mess up, I feel like I let them down. I gotta be perfect. I can't let that happen. So yeah, that's something I struggle with.
Definitely. Okay, that's great. Okay, so the last thing, I was kind of like, I had a few questions about it just because of the fact that like, and the questionnaire really doesn't like ask you to elaborate on it, but so the thing was like your team relationships. So like the note that like, this is just what I made, like this is just a thought that I had in my head about your team relationships and what you meant by that. So all I said was that you have a harder time opening up to people and making new friends, and then this kind of makes building relationships off and on the court harder to do. So like, is that right?
Yeah, that's definitely right. I feel like but the main reason that I struggle with this is like my competitive nature.
Yeah.
Like just going to play putt-putt with friends, like I can't do it for fun. Like I try, but I make it like, and he knows this. I make it like everything I do, I want to win. I want to be the best. Like
definitely.
And even stuff I have no chance of winning. It could be like you could challenge me to do like a ballet contest.
Right.
Like no one cares about that, but I'm gonna be better than you doing it. So that mindset also pushed me away from people. Because when I'm like relaxing, like I can have fun and I can be myself.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm doing something, like I want to be better than you.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of times like I've lost a lot of friendships just because they feel like I've hurt them or I'm putting the sport or the competition above them, and like you just need to relax and you need to chill.
Right.
And that's something I struggle with because then that I drive them away. But at the same time, I'm thinking like as far as like teammates on a basketball team, like sometimes I see them as like they're in my way of a spot that I want to reach to. Like maybe you're playing above me, you're getting more minutes. Like why would I want to hang out with you outside of practice when I'm trying to get where you're at? Which is totally wrong. But I can be there in some places, in some instances, which I need to cut out. So that's one thing that I struggle with by mine. So.
For sure. That's great. Okay. Good to know. So something else that I noticed were like some of your diehard like stress factors that I noticed. So you don't really have to elaborate on it because I know it's like a lot to go into, and it's kind of like some of this is like really like personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, okay, so like family issues, financial issues, and like what your future may hold. Like, do you want to like elaborate on it? Like, you don't have to go like deep into it, obviously, because like it's really personal. But like, you like care to elaborate a little bit on that? Like,
I just kind of feel like everything I'm doing, holds a place in my future. I don't obviously know what my future is, but my competitiveness isn't just in sports. Like, it's in anything in my future. Like, if I have a job, like, I want to make more money than anybody else in the job, and
Sure.
That's what I want to do. So,
right. Big balls, big balls.
yeah. So,
Big step.
yeah. I think that's just kind of like, some people like say you care too much. I don't think I care too much. I might care about like the wrong things at the wrong times, if that makes sense. I just I don't know. I feel like I probably put like more weight on my shoulders than I need to sometimes.
Sure.
So that's all that's about. It's just like worrying about the future when I should probably just let it be what it is.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so this is like the second to last thing that we're gonna go into in this part of the video. So so these are things that are most important to you, and you rank them from 1 to 15. Like 1 being the most important, and then 15 being the least important to you. So I'm just gonna go through them really quickly. Like, for number 1, you put earning self-respect. So number 2, you put winning in competition. Number 3, you put improving your skills. Number 4, you had excitement of competition. Number 5, you had earning respect from others. 6, you had performing well in competition. 7, you had learning life skills like goal setting and dealing with like life situations. And then 8, you had building self-confidence. 9, you had doing something that you do well. 10, you had becoming a healthier person. 11, you had making and enjoying friends. 12, you had having fun. 13, you had financial gains like salary and scholarships and stuff like that. And then 14, you had being part of a team. And then 15, you had learning social skills. So yeah, so like that's just something I noticed about that. Earning self-respect was the highest thing, and then learning social skills was like the least important thing. So like, you want to like elaborate on those, like the
hearing it back kind of didn't sound as good. It kind of sounded like I put like all the like personal things like at the top, and all the things that had to do with like other people, like social teamwork and all that stuff was at the
which
bottom.
Is fine. That's fine.
Which is fine. So thinking about that, I'll probably need to change.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of where my mind is right now.
Sure.
I'm probably more focused on myself than others, which probably isn't a good thing at all. But I just answered the questions honestly.
Sure. Okay. Definitely. That's good. So some immediate goals that I noticed that you want for yourself, like with basketball, and this is before the evaluation. So I have here that you want to perform at a higher level than people expect for you to do, and then this also helps you be more at peace with yourself when you're off the court. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, just like having success on the court translate to success off the court.
For sure.
And just like peace in my mind. And whether it's on the basketball court, like in school, if I'm struggling with school, like it's gonna affect. I'm gonna be struggling like outside doing whatever. If I'm struggling with my work, like it's like I need peace. So when I'm successful at something, it just makes me like be at peace with myself. So yeah, definitely.
That's good. So I'm gonna brag on you a little bit here. So these are like qualities that I noticed from you like since the time that I've known you. So that's like from August, like when we moved in, to like now we're about to move out. These are like some positive qualities that I noticed about you. So like, you are very competitive. That's a good thing though. That's good though. Like, contrary to popular belief, like that's actually good. So like, you definitely are very driven. You are consistent, like with everything that you do. Like, you have a do it now type attitude, which is good. I need that. Anyway, you're very consistent. You're resilient and durable. What I mean by that is, bro, I was saying you injure yourself, I know you rolled your ankle a good 2 or 3 times this year, and then you've been back to like practice like the very next day, like putting ice on it. You may be on it like you may be off of it, like 1 or 2 days, and you're like right back to it like nothing happened. Okay, so you're straightforward. You always call me out on my BS. So anytime I'm doing something wrong, you always like trying to set me straight. So I appreciate that from you.
Gotcha.
And then you're very time oriented. Like that's something else I like about you. So like even when I'm off on my BS, like you always come back, like pull me back to where I need to be. So I appreciate you for that. So like those are good qualities that you have that I like about you and that I've noticed since like August. So yeah, that's the first one.
I appreciate it.
So now what we're about to do is we're gonna go with the tools in the toolbox from this year that I wanted to help Nate address his like all those issues that he's had. So the tools that I chose out of the toolbox were goal setting, and that was chapter 16. So this is like how to properly create and set your own goals. And then chapter 15 is self-confidence. So confidence within yourself and your ability to knock these goals down. And those are really like the main two tools from the toolbox that we're gonna use. But I'm just gonna dive into it just a little bit, not much because I know we don't have a whole lot of time here, but like I'm gonna talk briefly about imagery and motivation. So yeah, imagine yourself being successful and then what type of motivation you have. Is it like from outside sources like extrinsic motivation, or is it like motivation from within yourself, like so intrinsic motivation? So that's how we're gonna go about this.